Hello. The topic for today is introducing others. We are going to see how to introduce others both in formal situations and in informal situations. So first we will look at the formal situations. Formal, as I told you, is a workplace or business-like situations. So let us say you are introducing somebody to your friend Ajay. Then you say, Ajay, meet Mr. Reddy. I'll repeat, Ajay, meet Mr. Reddy. And Ajay responds, hello Mr. Reddy, glad to meet you. Or good morning Mr. Reddy, pleased to meet you. Another way of introducing is, you can say, I'd like you to meet. I apostrophe D, which is a short form for I would. I'd like you to meet Mr. Raj, our new accountant. Then the response is, pleased to meet you, Mr. Raj. So, you can either respond by saying glad to meet you or pleased to meet you, both in formal situations. Now let us look at a more casual situation. Let's say you're at a party or get together, an informal situation, and you're introducing two people. Then you say, Ravi, meet my sister Kamla. Ravi, meet my sister Kamla. Or hi, meet Rekha, she's my neighbor. Hi, meet Rekha, she's my neighbor. Or you can just say, this is Sita, she is my cousin. So you can introduce informally in three ways. Either you can say meet my sister, or meet and the person's name, or just say this is Sita, this is Ramesh, this is Ajay, he is my cousin, he is my colleague, she is my friend. So these are the ways we introduce in an informal situation. When introducing people, there is a certain procedure which is followed. Let's say you have a party at home, you have called a number of guests. Some of them might not have met each other. You might know both of them, but they may not know each other. In such a situation, you should introduce the guests to each other. So then you can say, I don't think you have met. This is Ramesh. When you look at Suresh, you say, this is Ramesh, and you tell him, this is Suresh. Now the procedure which is followed is, generally a woman is introduced to a man. So you start by saying, Sita, this is Anil. And then Anil, this is Sita. An older person is introduced to a younger person. Let's say you brought your friend home and your father is sitting there. Then you look at your father and tell him, Father, this is my colleague, Sunil. Sunil, this is my father. And that same thing occurs in a workplace also. Let us say it is your college and you are introducing your roommate to your professor. Then you say, Professor, this is my roommate, Ramesh. Ramesh, this is my professor. So generally the pecking order is that the senior person is always named first. And of course, between woman and man today, it really doesn't matter whether you take the man's name first or the woman's name first. Both are acceptable. Now just one more point which I want to give you when we have talked about greetings. Although many people don't use it very often, but you might have heard the expression, how do you do? Remember, how do you do is not a question. How do you do is just a greeting. So when somebody says, how do you do, your response is only, how do you do? You don't answer it like a how are you and say, I'm fine. For a how do you do, you ask when you meet a person for the first time, and your response is again, how do you do?